What's going on, guys? XQ420 here, back in the building. You know how we getting down. We crushing them, smashing another single, showing the haters what's good. Today's video, like China may not have as much money as we think they do. They might be flat broke as well. Let's get into this. All right, so we got this article from Zero Hedge. 83 tons. 83 tons, guys. 83 tons of fake gold bars. Gold market rocked by massive China counterfeiting scandal. 83 tons, guys. Now, I mean, how much is 83 tons? Let's see. You know, we a little long form around here. We like to get down. So let's see how much 83 tons is. All right, so we're going to go U.S. tons to pound. So 83 tons is 166,000 pounds of gold. That's not like a ounce or two. You know, ain't 5 ounces. I mean, gold's expensive right now. It's like $1,800 an ounce. I mean, boy, you straight break the bank trying to get some gold right now. But they got 83 tons of it. So, I mean, that ain't a small amount. So, it looks like they flat broke too. Let's jump into this article. They said, over the years, we have periodically reported of the occasional gold bar discovered as counterfeit in Manhattan's Diamond District, which instead of containing the yellow precious metal would be filled with gold-plated tungsten or some cases copper. Now I don't know a whole lot about gold. You know, I've seen people with gold chains. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never held 10 ounces of gold. But man, I felt like you'd be trying to check on that a little bit better than that. I mean, 10 ounces of gold. I mean, that busted you up right there. I mean, you had to spend a whole lot of money to get 10 ounces of gold. I'd be like, hold bud, before you leave, I'm gonna scrape this thing down a little bit. I mean, you don't think you're gonna come in here and drop this off, then walk right out? No, sir. We locking the doors. I got security behind you, and we gonna check this thing out. Almost like drug money. It's a hold bud. Let me look in that briefcase first. Make sure you ain't got just some dollars on top and then some feathers underneath. I mean, I need to hold the bag. So they said the news would spark a brief wave of outrage, prompting physical gold holders to run ultrasound spot checks of their inventory. I mean, don't wait till it's too late. I mean, the fellas done ran out, bud. They were like, well, I done got the cash and ran. They gave him some fake stuff. He said, at which point interest will wane, and why not? Buyer, after all, beware in gold as in every other market. And if someone is spending thousands to buy fake gold, well, that's Darwinism in action. So, I mean, you see this right here. I mean, flat out, I don't even think that's copper. I don't even know what it is. It looks like a piece of steel, but I mean, it just rolled right back. It's like, man, I mean, how long you been buying gold? Did you just start today, this week? I mean, can you not pick up some and be like, hey, bud, I mean, this ain't right. Like I said, I'm going to get my little picker out and I'm going to scrape. Doesn't look like you had to get too far to find to it. Just looks like some tinfoil paper. I mean, you're going to get fooled like that, but I mean, obviously you got a whole lot of money to lose and you ain't even worried about it. So they said, yet one market which seemed stubbornly immune to any counterfeiting was that of physical gold in China, which was odd considering that over the past decade, China had emerged as the world's biggest counterfeiter of various, mostly industrial metals used to secure bank loans, better known as ghost collateral, in which adding insult to injury would frequently be rehypothecated, meaning often several banks would have claims to the same fake asset. So, I mean, they saying, look, this ain't the first time China has sent out some fake gold, some fake assets. So here's my question is, why is everybody trusting China? It's obviously, I mean, it looks like the whole world's indebted to it, but for what? They ain't got nothing either. They flat broke too. They having to send out copper with a little gold plating on top of it. Just looks like a paper wrapper. I mean, come on, man. Is this what we came to? Everybody counterfeiting everybody. So if everybody's broke, who's got the money? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Everybody's in debt, ain't got nothing real. So I'm trying to figure out who's got all the money. It said all that is about to change with the discovery of what may be one of the biggest gold counterfeiting scandal in recent history. And yes, not only does it involve China, but emerges from a city that has become synonymous for all that is scandalous about China, Wuhan itself. So, Wuhan, guys, Wuhan. You're saying Wuhan, China. I mean, that's the king virus place, the epicenter of the lockdown, the king of the lockdown. Now they the king of the counterfeit. I mean, they ain't even got real money around that joint. All they got is pollution, smog, and a whole bunch of folks working for 50 cents an hour. You know what I'm saying? Making LeBron James shoes. Which you ain't gonna say nothing about China. I mean, let me know. You got a bunch of counterfeiters over there making your shoes. Is your shoes counterfeit? I need to know what the material they're making it out of. I mean, is it worth $200? I mean, he bust you up for a pair of counterfeit shoes now. I mean, let me know what y'all think about it. Okay, so they want to introduce you to Wuhan Kingold Jewelry Inc. And that place describes itself as a company with a golden future, except the fact you got copper underneath it and probably a piece of chocolate. I mean, that's what you get. I mean, if depending on how much chocolate it was, you might be like, I feel all right about that. You know, some people are chocolate freaks. Like, man, I got to have it. I mean, they see a piece of chocolate and they fold into pieces, into multiple pieces, all edges touching. Can't even get over themselves. Got to eat all the chocolate. So they said in retrospect, it probably meant copper future instead of golden future because as a remarkable exposed by Caxton was found, more than a dozen Chinese financial institutions, mainly trust companies, i.e. shadow banks, so fake bank, not even a real bank, fake bank, loaned 20 billion yuan, that's 2.8 billion over the past 5 years to Wuhan Kingold Jewelry and pure gold as collateral and insurance policies to cover any losses. There was just one problem. The gold turned out to be gold-plated copper. So I mean, everybody's scamming. Ain't nobody actually producing nothing. Everybody just out here scamming everybody. I mean, can we get back to where somebody makes something and it's real instead of all of it being a scam? Well, I mean, you can't make gold, you got a mine for it. But I mean, dang, man. But I mean, Washington State, they get all their unemployment scams. There's there's a bunch of companies in the US, they got twice the loans on PPP. And you got folks that, fish through your emails. I mean, everybody just getting scammed, man. I mean, you can't walk out your house without a scammer. They send a little card to your house saying, hey, your warranty's expiring. So, man, I just bought the car. Come on, man. Everybody just scamming right now. Don't nobody want to do no real work. They just want to scam you. And so they say right up here, say, what could go wrong? They said, well, apparently everything, as at least some of the 83 tons of gold bars used to loan collateral turned out to be nothing but gilded copper. They ain't got nothing but copper underneath it. So that has left lenders holding the bag for the remaining 16 billion yuan of loans outstanding against the bogus bars. And as Caxian adds, the loans were covered by 30 billion yuan of property insurance policies issued by state insurer PICC Property and Casualty and various other small insurers. So I mean, they straight up said, man, Bud, y'all lent it out, man. We just took one of the biggest L's we ever seen, Bud. That's one of the biggest L's in history. Like I said, I mean, Bud, don't you think if you're going to get 83 tons of gold bars that you're going to do a little research on it? You think you're going to hold the man up before he leaves the room? Hold, Bud. You just brought me 83 tons. Man, I'm checking this all the way down to the bottom. It might take us a few weeks. I hope you got a lunch pail and a tent, because you ain't leaving until I get through this. There's going to be some repercussions. I mean, I ain't inciting violence, but I'm just saying that, I mean, you might leave with a whooping. That's all I'm going to say. You might have to get whooped before you leave here. You bring me that stuff. I say, look, man, I ain't buying from you no more. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I ain't down with it. Especially how expensive gold is. Now, silver, you'd be like, well, might turn into quarters or something like that. You'd be like, well, I guess I can spend a quarter, but some copper, and unless you're doing some housework where you need some copper, I guess they still use that. Man, I ain't a handyman. But I mean, unless you need a whole bunch of copper, I don't think you're gonna get as much money out of it you get from gold. All right, and it says right down here, it said, how could it be fake if insurance companies agreed to cover it? Now, this stuff was backed. Now, it won't just give it to them. They were backed by insurance company. And the man said he refused to comment any further. Look, let me tell you something about when folks won't comment. Is that you about to catch them in a pile of doo-doo. I mean, a big old pile. That stuff about waist deep. I mean, it's about to take over your whole body. He said the answer is simple. Insurance companies were in on the scam. He said so. I mean, so not only was the Kingold, you know what I'm saying? They scamming folks, but the insurance company were backing the scam. They said, man, we're gonna scam together. You know, conspiracy, right? Two people conspiring to commit a crime, big crime committed. And folks just throw their hands up. They be like, well, I got. No, but I got to come see you. I mean, I'm gonna bring some fellas with me. And we just gonna talk about a few things before I leave. That's all. It's gonna have a conversation. And so they say right here the 83 tons of purportedly pure gold stored in creditors' coffers by Kingold as of June, backing the 16 billion yuan of loans, will be equivalent to 22% of China's annual gold production and 4.2% of the state gold reserve as of 2019. So they say, in short, more than 4% of China's official gold reserve may be fake. I mean, more than 4%. It's like, bud, they sending out all kind of fake stuff. I mean, I know what you're thinking, like, oh man, only 4%, but that's a lot of money. We talking about gold. Man, gold, they say that's God's money. Gold, silver, platinum, God's money. So I mean, they out here scamming God, scamming God's money. And it's like, dude, I mean, they supposed to be a superpower. How everybody owed them. But they out there scamming folks because they ain't got nothing themselves. All right, so they say right down here, it said that we knew for years, and they talking about GI from the King Gold. They said they knew for years he didn't have much gold. All he has is copper, but folks still buying from him. Now hold on a second. I mean, how many folks is in on this? They said, man, we know he ain't got no gold. They said all he got is copper. And they said almost none of Hubei's local trust companies and banks have been involved in King Gold's financing. And so they say that's why it explains that most of Kingold's creditors are from outside Hubei. Because they know, they're like, bud, I ain't buying from you. You a flat out scammer. You got me one time. Better be glad I ain't sending some folks out to your house. Now, here's what I got to say. Here's what they probably sent them. They said, man, we're going to send you some gold. And it'd be just like that. And you open that thing up, it'd be a chocolate bar. You have a gold bar. You'd be like, what? I like chocolate, so I mean, this is good. I mean, I go home and eat that. But I'm still going to call you. You know what I'm saying? And this gold bullion chocolate, it is in stock. So it's only $9 though. I don't know how much you get. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the type of stuff they sent. So on top of them being scammers, they done scam folks out of gold. They done scam folks for the CV19. I got to change my lingo because I think it hits me on the algorithm when I say the full word. So I got to say the CV, cerveza bug. And I mean, I'm trying to figure out why we trusting them at all. I mean, they ain't trustworthy one bit. They paying people peanuts to make shoes and stuff. Everything made in China. All our businesses went to China. And it's just one big scam. That's all it is. They sending you a bunch of products ain't no good. Man, if you ain't got real gold, man, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Ain't nobody got nothing to back the dollar. Who got all the gold? The real gold. Or they just hiding it out somewhere. So here's what I'm trying to figure out. First off, why we trust them. Second off, why we go with the policies that they went with? They are communists. Let's get real. I mean, they lockdown. Oh, we need to do the lockdowns. Lock everybody down. Oh, in this article right here, this is the day. They just locked 400,000 people down for 18 cases. So I mean, hey, we following their lead, right? Hey, boys and girls, men and women, children of all ages. Look at this. 400,000 people got locked down for 18 cases. Now, we've been following their policies. I mean, we put our nose in the sand and just follow them all the way out to sea, bud. I mean, we dragging the bottom of the ocean now. So, I mean, what makes you think that we're going to come out of this? Just say, hey, well, I mean, you know, China, they locked down. They had 18 cases, so we got to drop to none. So, I mean, just go on grab your boots, your storm boots, and let's get ready for the long haul. Unless we stand up together against a bunch of nonsense. And also China, which is fakery, especially the Wuhan. Man, it seemed like Wuhan, but they the epicenter of flat out bullshit. That's just all there is to it. They the epicenter of the bullshit. So that's what I think about it. What y'all think? What kind of gold? Have you bought gold lately? Man, it's like $1,800 an ounce. So I mean, I definitely ain't bought none. I mean, that's whew, boy, 1,800 an ounce. I'm a silver guy myself, a little bit cheaper. Like I spent $1,800. I ought to get more than this little bitty quarter. I mean, that's just what I mean. It got a little weight to it. But I mean, what do y'all think? China. Why are we trusting them? All the businesses over there, we don't make nothing no more. They make all the fake stuff for us, scamming everybody, getting all the money, sending out all the loans they ain't got nothing to back it up with. And what we do, we fall right at their feet right now. It's all, man, we need to praise them. Stop. Stop with the nonsense. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, please rate, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell for more content. Appreciate y'all for being here. Peace out.